In comparison with similar incidents, how do you see the imposed sanctions on Kanjuruhan Stampede?
Yes, hello Ralph and Rooney, thank you for having me. First of all, I want to say condolences for all affected by this most tragic of disasters. If you talk about the similar levels of sanctions imposed in Indonesian football, the tragedy on this scale has never before seen in Indonesia before this. Yeah, even though we have our own history of football violence, actually, like not that long ago, there were football riots at Sidoarjo at Persebaya. They got handed a 5-match without spectators ban, and then a fine of 100 million rupiahs. Persib Bandung got a fine of 50 million, and when two died in GBLA and the running of Piala Presiden in 2022. But as I said, this is a tragic incident that are beyond comparison with what happened previously. According to data from Save Our Soccer, there have been 86 football-related fatalities between 1995 and 2022 before Kanjuruhan, and in only one day we eclipsed that number. So yeah, finding comparisons with other incidents regarding this matter, I think this is a whole new territory. This is a non-charted water, even for Indonesian football and even for world football, because when we see UEFA, they made 1 minute silence before the all matches. FIFA delegate members, they lower their flags to half mast regarding to this. So this is a truly global issue. It's not only an Indonesian or regional issue, but this is a truly global issue on a scale that we have never previously seen before, guys.
So the independent fact-finding team has been assembled. Nafirzi, yeah. What do you think? How should this team work?
Yeah, I mean, this is a great moment for the government to step in to prove that they can go all out to investigate what is wrong, what went wrong, what needs to be changed, because this is a product of years of neglect. I mean, like we have had 1 or 2 football related deaths maybe every few years, ignored before this. We have a product. This is a product of a culture that normalized underhand selling of tickets, overselling of the stadium capacity, pitch invasions, non-modernized stadiums, and lack of professionalism in match policing as a whole. I mean, this has to be there in the investigative team, in the independent group, in the independent team. Mahfud MD said that he gives this team 3 weeks to submit the results. But I truly hope that's only the preliminary reports. I hope there will be more reports after this. There will be more regulations, more law-binding aspects that needs to be adhered for all match hosting in sporting events in this country. Actually, PSSI already have like the regulations for stadium safety already. It was implemented in 2021. It is very late. But Article 21B, for example, made it plain as daylight that doors leading in and out of the stands are unlocked under constant supervision and manned by stewards while there were supporters inside. And 21C strictly forbade the locking of doors or gates in any situation. I mean, the regulations are there. The regulations has been written there, black on white, but the implementation and the upholding of those regulations is so lax. That needs to be found on the investigative team also. There has to be a lot of changes, and there has to be a reckoning for those responsible for that tragedy.
Now the key term is independent. How independent do you think this team can be in relation to many possible conflicts of interest? For example, the Indonesian Football Association, PSSI. How do you think PSSI should be responsible also about this?
Yeah, independent is also important. It's an important word, Ralph. You said that is very correct. After uh, just right after the incident, I already tweeted. I already said that we need to have an independent investigation, because if the investigators come from the police, if the investigators come from PSSI, from the Federation, from PT LIB, it will not it will not go anywhere. It will just maybe point fingers to low key figures, to officers on the field, not the necessary changes, not the systemic changes that is needed for Indonesian football to work better, for Indonesian football to rise, for Indonesian football uh, to not make the same mistakes again. And the figures, I mean the people that are gathered by about our coordinating ministry for political, legal, and security affairs, I mean, it's the right step to supplement the investigative teams. We know that the national police has already moved with their investigations, and also the federation. So yeah, I'm really hoping that this team that is led by Mahfud MD and includes journalists and activists and even professional, our ex football striker Kurniawan Dwi Yulianto. I really hope that they can dig on the truths, they can find the hard truths, and they will reveal it. I really hope they can reveal all the hard truths that is needed for us to have the systemic change, because as I said, this is a tragedy that has never before seen in Indonesia. This is the worst stadium disaster. This is the #2 worst disaster stadium in the world. The eyes of the world are on this, not just our media, not just we in the Indonesian media, not just we the Indonesian public, but the whole world, the whole media. New York Times wrote about this. BBC, CNN, Deutsche Welle, they all wrote about this, and they all fix a gaze on us and how we investigate this terrible of tragedies, this most terrible of tragedies.